Top 5 Darth Vader moments in the Star Wars universe. So in this video, I will be listing off what I think are the top 5 best moments we have seen of Darth Vader. I want this to be as even as possible, so the list I have compiled of has one of each kind of media that we have seen Vader be in. TV, film, comics, and novels. Also, these are all canon, so I won't be putting any Legends continuity, but I will have a short honorable mentions list that contains Legends. So let's get into honorable mentions. First is when Vader visits the Jedi Order's room. In an old Legends comic, Darth Vader and an Imperial officer visits the Jedi Order's old room and accesses archive footage, which shows Anakin in front of the council. Anakin speaks of how he's confused on where his captured separatist foes have gone, because they aren't in jail in Coruscant. And that's because the Order has hidden them away in a secret prison, so that Anakin would not find them. After hearing this, Vader becomes enraged and destroys the entire room using the Force. What happened to Anakin Skywalker? This one is short and simple. When Vader's asked what happened to Anakin Skywalker, he simply answers, "I killed him." Those two moments are really just cool in the Star Wars universe, so they're legends and didn't actually happen, but now I want to get into the main list. Starting with number 5. Darth Vader versus Anakin Skywalker. This is an odd one that many of you probably would second guess and see if you were hearing me correctly. But in the Vader comics, Darth Vader visions his fight with Obi-Wan on Mustafar. But instead of Obi-Wan leaving Mustafar, Anakin taunts him and makes him kill him by throwing him in the lava. After Anakin falls in the lava, Vader rises out and kills Kenobi. But somehow Anakin comes in again and Vader and Anakin fight. This is very much a symbolic fight because of this line.
Anakin Skywalker was weak. I destroyed him.
Because he really did. Darth Vader killed his weaker self, Anakin Skywalker. Number 4. Darth Sidious messes with Darth Vader mentally. So in the canon novel Lords of the Sith, while visiting the planet of Ryloth, a rebel cell of Twi'leks destroy a Star Destroyer that Sidious and Vader are currently on. After that, the cell destroys all the Imperial comms on the planet, which leaves Vader and Palpatine away without communication to other Imperials. Taking this moment to strike, the Twi'lek cell launches an attack on the two Sith Lords. Sidious knows that there is a lot of forces coming, and wildlife as well, so he mentally messes with Vader. He talks about his failed apprentice, Ahsoka, and how she and him visited the planet during the Clone War, how all the Jedi are dead, how he failed Padme because he failed the Republic, and finally he tasks his royal guard, who is by him, to remove his helmet, which reveals a clone trooper underneath the red helmet. This sends Vader over the edge and makes him the angriest he's ever been, all just to make him strong enough in the dark side to kill every Twi'lek and native species that are headed their way. Number 3. Hallway scene. This shouldn't be much of a surprise to anyone, really. This was the first time we have seen Darth Vader in action with his suit on since Return of the Jedi. The only time we see a suit in Revenge of the Sith is at the end, and he's basically just standing around everywhere. But this is Vader slaughtering rebels at his finest. And may I add, the first time in a film that we have seen Vader go off. The only times we really see Vader fight in the original trilogy is against Luke and Obi-Wan. In A New Hope, he fights Ben. In Empire, he fights Luke, and again in Return of the Jedi, he fights Luke. But we are seeing Vader utterly destroy rebels by decapitating them, cutting them in half, and slaughtering them. Number 2. Fear and Dead Men. Probably most of you know this one, and man, the first time I read it, I don't even know my emotions. He literally kills all those rebels from using the Force to activate everyone's thermal detonators that were attached to them, throwing missiles back at a group of rebels, and of course, with his lightsaber. Vader is surrounded on crashing down to a planet after searching for the boy who destroyed the Death Star. Vader is surrounded by the rebels that are near that area. By a rough estimate, I think someone counted this. I think it's around 500 rebels were in that area. Yeah, Vader kills every last one of them. In this short scene in the Vader Down comic is Darth Vader at his finest, killing rebels for a living and being badass at the same time. This will be my number 1 purely off of coolness, but number 1 strikes more at the emotional side, which I'll get into now. And finally, number 1.
Perhaps I was wrong.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Darth Vader versus Ahsoka Tano. This battle is something I and a lot of other people have been waiting for since the first episode of the Clone Wars. Ahsoka was in Revenge of the Sith, so something had to happen to her. Her confrontation was something I always would imagine in my head, and the final result was better than what I expected. Just the pure emotion behind the duel is extraordinary. Darth Vader going against his old apprentice, Ahsoka. She could die right now, and her master would have been the one to strike the final blow. I just can't even describe how I felt while watching this episode. I was standing up, panicking, walking back and forth in my room, hoping Ahsoka does not die, and the final moments of that duel, oh my god. I'll play what I'm talking about right now.
Ahsoka.
Anakin, I won't leave you. Not this time.
Then you will die.
Just hearing Anakin's voice while in Vader was absolute perfection. I know a lot of people actually forget that Anakin is under the suit. The two characters are completely different, so I see why people would forget. But hearing Anakin's voice just completes the whole duel. Honestly, I hope Vader killed Ahsoka. It will make it more emotional that her master was the one who killed her. So yeah, this is my top 5 Darth Vader moments that are canon in the Star Wars universe. And this video is in honor of Revenge of the 5th. Hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like or blast a like and all that good stuff. And if you are new, subscribe from All Things Star Wars. I literally do all things Star Wars, from Star Wars lore, Star Wars breakdown, Star Wars theory, Star Wars top 5s like this video right now, and Star Wars Battlefront. So yeah, subscribe for all things Star Wars. This is the First Order, signing out.